Good morning. It's moving day. It's moving day. This is the outfit that we're working with today. I'm wearing like the comfiest thing that I own. Just is easy to move in. So I've got bike shorts on. You can see my epic burn wound there. That's no context there, but so yeah, we're not as packed as we would like. But the main goal for today is just moving all the big stuff, which is the bookshelf, tables, those big white cabinets, chairs, all that stuff. So yeah, it's still a bit messy. It's honestly not too bad. Like this can be moved over the next few weeks, but I am a mix of I don't know, excited and nervous because there's a lot riding on today. I need to do the condition report. I want to film a house tour, and it's just like I'm just nervous we won't be able to do everything on time, but I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to show you the living room because we've moved most of the boxes to the living room. This is what we're working with out here. There are a lot of boxes. We did pick up some new boxes, but my typewriters are out here as well. This is the unofficial house tour of this house. It's going to be challenging to move the plants for sure, but yeah, we picked up those boxes. The kitchen's not really packed, but we like honestly, that's probably the smallest room in our house, kitchen and bathroom. We don't actually have that much stuff in there. This is like all studio stuff. So, okay, we're on the ground to the studio. I haven't had my coffee yet, so we're gonna go get coffee. But the plan is we're gonna load up the van with some of the bigger stuff. I'm gonna move that chair out there so we can move that. Just the easy big stuff for now. Maybe even my bookshelf, but I feel like I need to move the table before I can get that bookshelf out. The couch, even with the bed and the fridge. We're not gonna risk that in the very first trip. Again, we're moving everything ourselves. We've got a little trolley thing, not little, it's quite a solid trolley that we can use to help move the heavy stuff. The mattress, the fridge, and the washing machine's actually okay, but it's usually just the mattress and the fridge, which is the biggest effort, the biggest mission. But yeah, we're just gonna start with the easier, kind of lighter stuff. So tables, chairs, sofa. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we're not gonna risk moving the fridge and the bed first, just in case there's no electricity there. I did put in like a transfer to move the electricity to be connected at the new house, but they said it wouldn't be done until Monday. But we've driven past the house a few times and there's been painters and they're fixing up the house, and there looks like there's been electricity. So I don't know if it's still going to be connected until we're there and the old tenant is paying for it or something. So we will suss that out once we get there. So we're just going to move the safe things first before we commit to that. And if there is electricity, then electricity is probably a little bit more important than internet. So if there is electricity, then we will move the fridge and we'll move the bed and we can actually sleep there tonight. But I will have to do, a quick clean. It's just figuring out because you really only get a week to do the condition report. I don't know if this is an Australian specific thing, but you have to complete like an incoming condition report and, remark on it's like when you rent a car. You have to say, is there any scratches anywhere? Is there any damages that was already there when you got there so that you're not responsible for it when you move out? And so it's really important so that they can't catch us on something that was like already damaged. And so I like to take my time with it. It will take a long time, but we definitely need to take care of the areas that we're moving into first. So garage, because we'll probably be putting a lot of things into the garage, and then bedroom if we want to put our bed up there. I feel like, one of the bathrooms can wait. The outside definitely can wait. Studio maybe can wait. So it's just a matter of balancing that. But first things first, load up the van, get some coffee, then go pick up our keys, and then we'll see the new house. This morning I woke up at 6. I don't know what this angle is, but I got tired of holding it up. This morning I woke up at 6 and we picked up the van last night, actually, I forgot to say. And we didn't get home and get in bed until like midnight last night. So we are super sleepy. That probably wasn't the best way to start the day, but I ended up falling back asleep at 7 and then woke back up at 8. So I hardly ever do that. I feel like I'm always sleepier when I go back to sleep, but I did feel a little bit better. But yeah, sleeping at midnight is so late for me, especially now. I used to sleep. This is not about that. Okay, so I'm going to film as much as possible, as much as I can, and make this a chatty update. I think there's going to be some times when I'm too stressed, but I'll set up the camera and just show a time lapse and all that. But I will definitely show you some snippets of the house when we get our keys. I always kind of do an empty house tour for my patrons, my insider and workshop patrons, but I will show you some snippets of the house and definitely the studio, and I will most likely do a studio tour once that is set up. But let's get started with the moving. Yay! We've just about packed the first van load. We're going to leave it there even though there's still some empty space because Kevin was saying it's just a lot of small stuff. So let's just go pick up the keys. I just added a skirt on top of my outfit because I didn't want to go out in public with this because I need to go get coffee and pick up the keys. So we are about to do that now and then unload at the new house. Wasn't recording the whole time and I'm like running. That was like the last bit of my energy as well. We're on our third van trip. I'm pretty sure I filmed a little bit of the second one where it was the fridge. This time it was the washing machine, which was meant to be easier. I definitely dropped the washing machine. That's okay, it's in the van. This is gonna be our last trip of the day because I am so much more tired than I expected. In the past, I don't know how we did it in like 24 hours. We used to hire a van for 24 hours and loaded up all the big stuff. I guess we're loading up a lot more small stuff than usual. We usually just tackle the big things, so that's my excuse. So we're heading back to the new place. We're gonna unload all of this stuff and maybe do a little bit more of the condition report. And then the original plan was to also move the bed and the mattress and then sleep at the new place. But that's just more effort than I have. It's going to use more energy than I have. So, okay, so the new plan is we're going to still sleep at our current place, and then if I have energy to undo the bed frame so that it's ready for tomorrow morning, and then we're going to try and finish the rest of the house tomorrow. But we do have the van for a little bit longer than that, so there is some stuff going down if you can hear the police. And then at night, after this trip, after we unload everything, I'm gonna try to finish packing up the studio, undoing the tables, all of that stuff. So hopefully I still have some energy left, and then tomorrow is a brand new day. But yes, I am more tired than I expected. Okay, wish me luck. Trip of the day done, and wearing the same thing as yesterday because why not? I am very sweaty, but we did the hardest trip of the day, which is the mattress, which is the final single hard thing, and that is done. It is upstairs. There was a bit of a struggle because I have no grip strength, so I had to figure out a different way to carry it, and putting it on my shoulder, like the strap, instead of holding it in my hands, was so much better. I don't have the microphone I left at that house, so hopefully you can still hear me, but we're on our way back to do another load. I think we're gonna do studio tables next, and then just the remainder of like boxes here and there. The hardest part is just the little things that are just lying around. There's also kitchen and bathroom. Bathroom is not too bad, but kitchen, again, loose plates and stuff. I don't know how we're gonna do it. If anything, we'll just put it in boxes and like, it's only a 10-minute drive, so I can just hold it on my lap and stuff. But I think we can do one more load with the studio stuff, bookshelf as well, I think, and then we'll probably have a lunch break and then maybe can squeeze in 2 more van trips. But now that the bed is there, we're definitely sleeping there tonight. We're gonna mop, I'll do the condition report, and then hopefully the rest of next week we'll do a little bit more of the condition report. I think there'll only be like 2 more bedrooms after that, 2 or 3, maybe the outside, and then some more cleaning. In the past I usually try to squeeze in all the cleaning in like a week, a couple of days, but I think I'm gonna try to spread it out because I need to get some work done as well. But I think that's it. I think we're both feeling a lot better because we've got most of the hard stuff out of the way. The garage kind of backyard stuff is pretty tough as well, but I think it's mostly just a lot of bulky things and nothing too crazy heavy. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. We are almost done. I'm still figuring out the lighting. I'm not sitting here. But then when I tried to sit here, it was like way too glary in the screen. I didn't take into account the glare on the screen.
But I can start using them. So that is my goal.
Nice.
And my rating for last month is like
You can change in QuickTime quality, by the way. There's a little drop down.
Really?
It says high or maximum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.